Heyo, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Perfect. All right. So we'll just like start on stuff. What's this music? Majestic. Perfect. Okay, everybody. This is what we're doing. What we're doing, crying. That's the plan. Is everyone good with that plan? No. Okay. All right. For real though, we have I have my notepad. Flashbang warning. Should have said it before I did it. We have this. I need to refine it a little bit. I'm changing a couple of things. I don't think I don't know if I'm doing that or not. It could be a little weird. So, oh right, I was doing this. I was like, what am I doing here? That is not. We're not doing bone. Don't worry about it. We're gonna do this. So the plan is mostly to cry, and that's what we're doing. But the big plan is we're going to actually look to make this a league starter and see how viable it is. So we want to be around level 70. That's good. Perfect. I don't know if this is a good tree though. That's the issue, you know? We're gonna go steal something real quick. Not that. Not that. This one. We're gonna mute this. Okay. We're gonna yoink a POB real quick. We're gonna just kind of compare what it looks like. On the suppress nodes, just type too much. Might be. So I really want to test this to see if it like feels good. I don't know if it's going to. But let's throw some items on here and see how it works. I don't think we're doing Minor Miner and Elder's Battery, I'll be honest. Which makes this look kind of not great. But I honestly don't think we can go out the other way. At least early on. You know? So let's just add Ghost Wraith. I had to build. Excellent. Mana cost is too high, it says. Oh, we can't use Cold Snap right now. That's fine. We're gonna figure it out. So we want these. I might change this to the other one. What do all these golems do? Is the other Horde ones just the same golem, but more of them? Or is it? I think they might just not. I think that's not what it is. Okay, so this is what I want to look at. Minions have 50% less health. Is it all minions, or is it just the stone golem does? Let me see that in calculations. Put on multi-chatting for now, just in case. Perfect. Okay. Well, we want to look at this guy. How much life does he have? Is this his life? Or is that my life? I think that's my life. Show minion stats. That's okay. This is what I wanted. Show minion stats. Okay. We have 7,000 versus like a stone golem, which just has 13. I don't know. We'll probably test that around to see which one we like more. We'll leave the regular one on for now, but that's correct. I think this is still correct. We might change it around to where like maybe let's take this off. This is not going to be league starter. Maybe this would be better as Ellie focus. That's more elemental damage, right? So like more is always like good. Maybe we do this, but we shouldn't depend on a 6 link early. We're gonna do this. We'll depend on a 5 link. I think we'll just do this and have it in here. We'll turn these off. Also, we're obviously not gonna have equality on all our stuff. Take that all down. We're enabled for the beta, right? We are. Checking for updates. We ain't got none. Or we're waiting. We're waiting. No update. Okay, that's fair enough. Level 17 is where we would like hit level 17, 18. Is where we'll hit like maps. I think it's like a decent representation of what we're doing. Bone Shell's good. I don't know. I think we want this. What do we drop for it? Do we drop Control Destruction and do like less damage? Or no, efficacy? It's not showing damage for that, right? I think we drop Control Destruction. I think the duration's good. I think we drop this. And I think we do this. We're mostly using it as a way for us to super chill, but I mean, if it does low damage, it does low damage. It's pretty nice. We'll take this down. Cool. Brand recall. We'll say 5. That looks good. Golems, we want all these to be lower. Looks quite good. Oh wait, we don't do that. What auras do we want to run is the other big issue. I think it's worth running a couple of different versions, but we don't know. Close this off. What's that? Okay. Perfect. Oh, that's fine. Let's do it that way. Do we want discipline and stuff? I don't know if we do. So the I don't know if we want to run discipline. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. I might just didn't seem worth it. Do we have to run malvoyance? Do I run some on life and some on not? Is that the other? That's the other thing we need to consider. So I can put like we could do this, but then we can have haste on something else. So this goes in our shield, right? Or wherever we want to put it. We need to make our movement skills. So we probably want to do shield charge, frost blink, and faster attacks. Obviously, you don't really want to link frostblink to that. It's kind of whatever. Put this down, put this down, put this down. Soul cost. Oh, right, click of cool snap. Got it. Let's say this is in weapon 1. Missing kind of boots. With the fur. So we did this. We kind of like socket starved, aren't we? Boots, new. And then put this in the boots too. And then this would be our, if we want to run in like haste. I guess we'd reply on malevolence first, right? Malevolence. Malevolence with not divine, what is it? Arrogance? What do you mean I have negative unreserved life? What? What's happening? Oh, is it because it goes right? Would I have to get like this? This one right here? 15% life? 9% mana. But see, the issue is in this situation, we're not running a curse. We have to have at least one curse. I mean, we can always get like a curse on hit thing. Or just pick up like an unset rank. I could obviously run less of this. Hmm. Hard to tell. Chat also don't have like exposure with like frost bomb. Maybe I just don't run. This is a 4 socket. I don't know. Can always just doesn't look good either though. Could just run less auras, obviously. The other shoot too is I need to like get more energy shield. I guess I can go over this way. I think this gives me a good energy shield. It's me at 3,000. Drop off like these nodes. Maybe like going here instead to grab those. Don't go through here. Oh. I think we can't just go. We just can't go low life early. I think that's just a little too dangerous. Probably is the issue. Unless we go with something like Shavs. Maybe we can't do the suppress. Those are suppressions anyway. 44%, 3%. Probably don't go ghost dance. Like not getting this node is pretty bad though. It's our recovery though. Like, what are we doing? I literally just got a bunch of defensive layers. Maybe this is just like a dead end. Maybe I don't do this one. But what do I do instead? How do you solve the defensive layers of which? There's a question for the ages. How do we solve which defenses? The world may never know. We might just have to scrap the whole thing. I want this stuff. I mean, it's not a life, right? 10% life. Like the further we go in here, though, the more I would want to have other things. Okay, let's see what people are talking about. I'd have releases list. That's pretty sweet. Maybe we just gotta make this work. I think the issue what we're running into right now is that at 64 we have no defenses. I understand we're probably missing gloves and stuff, but this just well, I guess we're starting right. Like we're just starting to move. Can we get rid of this? I think we can't. Or we don't care for suppress early. I mean, this is just good stat stuff, pretty much. Starting maps, we can't do this either, so we're gonna get rid of this. If we can craft stuff like this early on, it'll probably be fine. We don't care about chaos res as much early. Obviously, we'll have this. We'll have the chaos golem, which will help us out a good bit. We can hope to buy this early. I think we need to focus on life early, like a lot of life. We can also grab this for like cheap 2 points. We'll probably just put that there. I don't know why Rune Biter's not selected. We won't Rune Biter 100%. I don't know if we need all of those nodes. What skills do we have? Okay, right. We need to figure out our skills. But essentially, the issue we're going to run into is that we just ain't killing shit. But maybe we do need to go out this other way. What would that look like? Like towards the end of the campaign, I'm just going to be like, ooh, 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 ooh. This gives us a little bit of life, a little bit ES. 500 ES. And then like we just undo stuff. All right, we're gonna have to go up on a Tuesday. That looks weird. I don't like the really look of that. Undo like this. We come through here instead. Undo this. Undo this. Undo this. Happens is 68. We have 2 points left to spend. We can always pick up something like this. You can pick up mastery nodes to get more life. I think I would like to say 3,000 energy shields pretty good for starting maps, right? Like that's not bad. But do I come up here and start doing this stuff? Like we don't really write the minion things until we are able to get clusters. Like what about recovery? Well, we're early. We don't really look at recovery. Right? Right, chat. We don't look at recovery. Don't look at it. Ugh. Minions have reduced life recovery rate, have increased life. Energy leech, which we don't really use. Using that, not using that. Oh, Wicked Ward. What about it? I guess is the more correct thing. You know, we'll stop at 68. Well, so we'll say this is 68. This is just getting to maps, or we're hanging out inside of call it. I can go up here and pick up these. Be almost 2,000 from 5 points. All right, 1,000 from 5 points. Oh, that's kind of whatever. This is the one we care about. I don't give a shit about that mana one. We're still struggling for stats too. We can pick up this, give us some more dexterity and stuff, give us a little bit of resistances. That'll help out a little bit with the requirements for stats. I think I lowered everything down to 18, right? Still have to figure some stuff out though. All right, we wouldn't do. The Aegis is a little too weak early. But Convergence is good. It's more elemental damage if we have Convergence. We'll take this off. We'll be going this node. But hopefully buff version of it. Yeah. And so we're just gonna have 2 stone rings. I need 2 stone rings. Two stone. We're gonna leave it at an implicit of like 14. That sounds probably fine. I mean, obviously we probably have 16 at that point, but it's whatever. We want some max life. Most likely will be easy to get on there. If we can get a little bit of strength, and then let's just say cold res, and then add modifier. We'll probably craft another resistance on there, so we'll craft on like lightning res. Man, is crafted lightning res really that low? Okay. I was just saying, I was like, that is so low. What are you doing? But I did the same thing. There we go. Add to build. So we got one ring. Craft item, 2 stone ring. We're just gonna put more max life on it. We're gonna put, I don't know, probably dexterity on it. We'll do lightning with craft it like cold or whatever. But I didn't really need a craft cold onto it. Can I redo that? We're gonna craft fire. Boom. Boom. We still need weapon 2. I don't think there's any early game shields that are really beneficial to us, unfortunately. So I'll probably just have to get like a rare shield. You can always dual scepter, I guess, too. For shield, we're looking for probably energy shield is the best one we can do. Let's just go look at a U. U. Let's look up shield bases. Just make sure we're not like doing something silly. Shield bases. Let's go with like a thorium spirit shield. Thorium spirit shield. There it is. Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky. We'll get that. We'll get some energy shield. Then we'll look for resistances on it as well. We'll just say we got some light. Let's say we get all res or something like that. All res, and then we'll craft a modifier. Had a modifier crafted. We're gonna craft on like probably just flat evasion, or sorry, flat energy shield. This. Okay. Honestly, I'm feeling a lot better now that we're crafting items for it. It was not looking well at first, um, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. All right, we looked at thorium. What is the gloves? Oh, ooh, fuck. I think con level requirements. Okay, we'll go with Samite. That I don't want to be unreasonable. We're gonna close this off because that's a later game thing. Samite. Same stuff we're usually looking for. We're looking for life. We're looking for energy shield. Actually, let's go ahead and remove this, and then we're gonna put on like this thing rolled lightning res. If we can get cast speed, I think it's on here. Got attack speed. You can't get cast speed on here. Rough. But we can probably get like dexterity. We'll craft dexterity actually. Let's do this and then add modifier. We're gonna craft dexterity onto it. Probably good. We're gonna do the middle one like this. Add build. Man, what is taking? What's 155? Swift affliction? No. Oh, this stuff needs to be lower as well. None of these should be 20. Also, I need to check my quality on stuff. Make sure. Okay, yeah, I want to take all this quality off. There's no way I'm having 20 quality on every golem. Right. Take 20 quality off of this stuff. All right, while we're thinking about it, let's hit a save button because we forget to do that often, and then things get a little wonky. Okay, Grace requires 146 Dex. So wait, what? Am I running Grace in this anymore? Am I crazy for not running a defensive aura? Well, I'm running discipline. It's kind of like a defensive aura. It's kind of like the defensive aura, you know? Honestly, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Maybe we just run malvoyance here. Sorry. Malevolence. This leaves us with 9% mana. Let's put this down, obviously. It doesn't bring us to low life, so maybe getting this is not worth it anymore. Yeah, it's probably correct. Right, chat? True. So if we don't go low life, we don't want to do this. If we do go low life, we will probably want to rock. And then what we want down here, so if we don't go low life, do we just put instead of this, we put down here like frost bomb and frostbite, really level down. We don't have a way for us to like really mitigate fizz as well, but like I think early on that's just the way life is, right? Like I'm not gonna be able to fit in like a lot of physical resistances in. Ugh. It's a tough one, chat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's literally 6 either way. This one gives me a little life regen, which I don't think is super important unless I decided like, no, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Chat, I'm stupid. There it is. I can pick up this instead of life regens. Maybe we'll do that early. And that's a crap ton of life regen, right? I can't do this early. It's less damage, obviously, but I think it'll probably make more sense that way. Oh, I'm getting a lot from this. I don't know if Stone Golem does this anymore. Where's her? I was like, man, I'm getting a crazy amount. I don't know if Stone Golem does it though. Now also grants. So it does grant the Life-Regen, but it also grants additional. Sorry, I need these. My bad, check. Anyone who happens to pop in though, if y'all have any questions or want to talk about your POBs or just see what's going on, feel free to let me know, man. I'm happy to share information that I have if I have any. Okay, so it does grant. So we do. So we want that. That's super good, actually. That's a lot. It's a lot of estrogen early. I know it's a little bit delayed by other things. We have one gem slot there. We can use how much energy shield? What does recharge rate mean? Like the how fast it recharges? I don't know. I kind of feel like I always go here too. Grab a couple quick points of defense. How much would that put me up to? 5,000. That could be worth it later on. No, later on, I mean like pretty early on. Okay, okay, okay. So we got uh, these are like just additional things depending on the color of the links, I guess. Oh, I don't know. Actually, you want skill effect duration. You love the duration. It's so good. This is more cold damage over time, so you want hypothermia. That's 100%. This is more damage over time, so you want swift affliction. That's 100%. More spell damage. You love more. This is more damage over time. Yeah, so these are like greats, right? More elemental damage. So you probably want elemental focus eventually, especially if you end up having like I think the awakened one gives you like +1 gems at level 5. So, but I think that early on you don't use this. And you might want to, I might use inspiration early on, but we're gonna leave it the way it is for now. This is, and then tomorrow we're gonna run this. Oh, we still need to do boots, right? Is there any unique boots that I would care to buy? I think these two are good. I think, honestly, think the +1 gems might be too much. I might have to just, I'll fix it. I'll see how hard it is to get that one in the playtest, and I'm gonna adjust like these numbers and stuff. Um, let's look at boots real quick and see if there's anything that stands out. Hey, any people in the chat? We're cooking some POBs. If you end up having your POBs and you want to talk about them, feel free to pop them in the chat. Say hello. Happy to talk about your stuff. Right now, we're cooking Wintertide for myself. Looking at Elementalist. I wish we had the updated numbers and I can honestly do custom configs to figure it out, but I'm not good at custom configs, so I might have to do it eventually, though. I don't know if there is a good, unique, cheap boot. Maybe Comms Roots. No, because I need sockets. Stupid. Maybe. No. Also, what are the colors I have? I should probably pay attention to that too. That's probably important for what I need. All right. So double red, blue, 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 blue. It's mostly blue. Okay, that's not bad. I can probably do mostly energy shield related stuff and be okay. I definitely don't want to do evasion based. I don't think that would be okay. For bronze pacing. Honestly, not that bad. Blocking boots is so weird to see. I don't want Skyforth. Armor Energy Shield could be okay. Is there anything cheap that is cool? This would be cool later on when I do the split. I don't. I think those are also not that. I think those are pretty expensive early on. Replica Voidwalkers. Yeah, I think I just go with rare boots. Like whatever rare junk we happen to end up making, I think it's probably fine. And like that's just the way life is. We will do that. We're just gonna craft rare boots. We don't care a lot about the additional stats, so we'll probably just do. Honestly, in the campaign, we'll probably just grab whatever we can. What is a not super strong boot? That's no, not the uniques. Let's go back. Let's go back. We have to go back. Okay, so that's inversion energy shield. Let's go with just this. I want to say Conjurer's pretty early on. We can probably look at Conjurer. Let's do Conjurer. We'll say it has this and this on it. And man, why do I need so much strength? Bro, what? Oh, shield charge is a little bit too far? I don't know. Let's just de-level that a bunch. I don't know if leveling up shield charge is worthwhile to need that much strength. Okay. I have 122 strength. How much? 109? 117? 123. Just above it. All right, so we'll leave it there. I don't need shield charge to be insane. I mean, obviously, the higher level, the better later on, but right early on, we're not going to worry about that. We would probably end up getting like just one of these resistances. So let's just toss something on there. And then we're going to add modifier. We're going to craft and bench, and we're going to just put like movement speed on it. We don't have anything probably at this point, so we're just going to do this. It does overcap us in like, cold res, but at the same time, like these resistances, especially if we're crafting and whatnot, will probably be lower when we're fresh out of the campaign. We also still don't have a belt. So I feel like I crafted a couple things a little too well. Let's see if there's a unique belt, and then we'll go from there. Unique belts, Pewy. Oh, what was that one that one guy said? Baited breath. Maybe we should grab a baited breath. Let's just put that on. That's what we're probably gonna do. We're gonna baited our breath. Oh, is replicas any good? No, it's not. 2 variants. Oh no, I don't need a legacy version. That's not gonna happen in thing. Did that just give me like a? That's pretty good. Honestly, guys, once again, if this works out to where I end up with like 5,000 energy shields going into Axe, that would be pretty nuts. I don't think a lot of this will work out that way. Obviously, this stuff is also 20 quality, so I think I need to fix that. I don't know why it's adding 20 quality stuff. That's not what I'm trying to do here. We are not 20 quality, and he's going into anything, really. Did it 20 quality all my stuff? Oh, it did. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Let's go through. That's fine. That's fine. This needs to be reduced. This might actually help us out with, like, I was like, that number looks really big for the amount of ES we're having. I mean, it's still pretty big. It's still over 5,000, so that's still a good bit. And we have technically 2 sockets to put stuff in. Look, guys, I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your sockets. I'm just gonna put in jewels like this. I'm just gonna edit, and then I'm just gonna put in fill the gaps. I'll put resistance, attribute, life, energy. Actually, I don't really care. Let's just put attributes and that early on. Perfect. What a great item that we've just crafted. Fill the gaps. Fill the gaps. Flask. We're not gonna go over Flask. This is a fresh kind of character who just finished the campaign. Is just not getting the maps. I don't think we're gonna worry about what Flask you have. I'm probably gonna be running just the same bullshit that I ran for the second half of the campaign, and that'll usually be okay. But if it's not, it's not. That's part of life. Okay. Let's save our stuff. We're gonna manage this. We're gonna name it. Finished campaign. Early maps. I'll just copy that too, because I'll it's having it out over and over again. We're gonna go to items. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna rename this bitch. We're gonna go to tree. We're gonna do the same thing. Well, we're 73, so we need to de-level a little bit. So if I were to de-level, what would I remove? Probably this. And I'll just de-level the other thing over there later. Probably just this. I also need to remove like 2 points. I no longer do life proficiency, so that can be gone. I would ideally like to be like, well, we say 70 is probably good. I'm gonna be honest, 70 is probably okay, especially for me. And I say that because I'm probably gonna overlevel. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is good. Done. Okay, so can we get 15 stages with 19 brand activation? Probably. We'll definitely need to look into getting more cast speed in some places because you want that activation rate to go up as high as you can. Activations per brand. So you want the activation rate, which is shown somewhere. We're going to help Alira actually, which makes resistances even easier. So we definitely overstaffed on resistances. We could even probably drop. If things go well, we'll probably drop other stuff. This one I'm not gonna worry about picking a minor god because it's silly, and or major god because it's silly and doesn't really do anything. So we're gonna just leave that the way it is. We're not gonna have any frenzy charges, all this stuff. No, 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 no. I don't think any of this stuff really matters. Do you have convergence? Maybe. That adds pretty good damage. Warcry recently. We're not warcrying. We don't need that. And they be chilled. Yeah, they be chilling. They be chilling. Number of active brands. That doesn't matter. Number of brands attached to an enemy. Cold snap. What does that mean? That doesn't seem like it's accurate, right? Like, how to go from one brand attached to the enemy is doing 89, and then 3 attached is doing 96. You should be doing 3 times the damage. I feel like this isn't working properly. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. This is on Guardian Pinnacle. Sure. Sure. Okay, this is it, guys. This is the out of the campaign Elementalist Wintertide Elementalist. This is just for like, oh, I just finished the campaign. I'm going into like white maps, like early maps, early like heist, whatever you're trying to do. So the damage isn't super insane. The EHP obviously isn't gonna be large. I need to de-level. Oh, I need to de-level shield charge a little more, right? Because we removed from strength. There we go. Save. So yeah, well, this is it'll have more damage whenever we actually play the game, because essentially the golems we're using, because we're using flame golem, we're using which currently just increases damage by 19%. We're using lightning golem, which is attack speed and cast speed right now. Chaos golem is changing completely. Like, it won't even look like this. It doesn't do the additional physical damage reduction, I don't think. And stone golem adds extra stuff on it as well. So we'll go over that in a second. We're gonna look at the patch note right here. So Summon Stone Golem now also adds 20% defenses. So like, I'll get 20% increased defenses that is buffed by the amount of golem buff I have. So, and at this level, we would have 100% from here. Actually, we'll bring out a calculator, so maybe we can do some math and picture stuff. We'll have 100% there. I'll pull off the side. I don't want to have to show people or keep bothering it. So there's 20% here, 20% there, and then another 40% here. So this one wheel right here is 80%. So we have 180% golem effect right here. And so if essentially we turn that to a number, it'll be like 1.8, right? So if we get the 20% times 2.8, it's 2.8 because you're on 100%. So like, this is, so we 56. So we get 50%, 56% increased defenses from just the stone golem. So I wonder what that looks like. If it actually calculate properly in POB, let's find out. We'll put it in the custom configs. 56% increased defenses. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So it didn't work. I think it highlights blue if it works. How to add new golems into POB. Someone made this on Reddit. Oh. Someone made this on Reddit. I do just pretend ice golem doesn't exist. We don't use ice golem, it's fine. Yeah, so did I do something wrong? You know what, I'll just choo. Let's just see if this works. Oh, it did work now. I think he did bad math though. I want to say he did bad math. Did I do bad math? Did he do bad math? We don't have a 20 quality on each, so I think that's the issue. Is he put 20 quality on stuff? But it looks like the line made sense. Okay, so we're gonna add the custom configs for the other stuff. Right here, this will be flame golem. Classic. We're gonna do lightning golem. We're gonna do stone golem. Oh wait, that's supposed to be flame. It's golem golem down there. Flame golem. Bro isn't sticking to his own layout. I'll sue. I'm gonna sue. So this right here is actually the stone golem node. All right, I'm gonna move this now. Okay, can I make this window bigger? Oh, thank God. Okay, sweet, good heavens. Click out. Perfect. So click in right here. If we remove this, 36%, and once again, this is without. So we're at 5,000 right here. Max hit for things is around here. You can see it. 14K. We're gonna change. Put this here. 6,000. All of a sudden, we're to 16. So we gain a little bit of good defenses from just the stone golem. Obviously, the stone golem has to live, which is going to be his issue. That's his problem, not mine. Okay, so flame golem currently does 19%. What was it? Okay, it is 20. So we don't need to adjust the damage there, but summon flame golem now instead grants this. So it starts at 20. Let's put 20. You know what? I'm just gonna leave the way it is. We're just gonna leave the way it is. We'll say it's level 1 golem. We're gonna do this, which is actually ends up being the same number as other things. So we're just gonna put increased AOE, fair effect, obviously, and we're just going to. So it's not perfect, right? But when anything, I do perfect. So suck it. Increased AOE. All right. So currently, we're at like AOE radius of 2.0 meters. We essentially gain 4.4 right from right here, which obviously doesn't sound like a huge amount. This number will also go up a good bit, but if we look at like the calculator and we go to Wintertide, you can hover over the AOE node and you can kind of see the breakpoints. So the next breakpoint is literally if I just get 1% increased AOE. So if I just get a quality of that thing up just a little bit, I think we're good, and we'll have like the next radius. That's pretty good. All right, so that's Sun Golem. So we need Lightning Golem and Chaos Golem still. So the new Chaos Golem now grants 17% right here. So what we want to do is we want to multiply 17% or 17 by 2.8 for, and that gives us 47.6. I don't know if we're gonna round up or round down, so we're just gonna put 47. Right here. 47 plus 47% chaos resist 2 chaos resistance. 2 chaos resistance. So right now we have like 0 or like really negative. We have a little bit, right? Now we're at 45. That's pretty sweet. Do I have to have a plus here for us to make it? Does the plus matter, you think? No, the plus makes those work. So the resistance thing needs it, I think. But there, that actually works now. Okay. And then it also, the best part of it is, so it adds 16%. So we'll say 15% because we're going to be like 2 levels under. So let's do 15 times 2.8. And we get 42. So we get plus 42% damage multiplier, which that is like an insane thing, right? And then right here, we're going to put plus. Let's see if the plus works for this one. Percent. Oh, wait. Does that work for that one? Let's find out. It does. So if I take off this, so we go from like 89 right here, and we go up to 104. So that's, once again, super strong. We still have one more golem to go. I think the next golem is mostly a cast speed and attack speed one. Also has mana generation, actually, so it's going to be a little bit better. It got buffed a little bit, but we're just going to do the same thing we already did. Because essentially it went from like 6 to 9% attack speed right here. It's just a static 10%. So it got buffed a little bit, but we're just gonna leave it the way it is. We're just gonna increase it by a little bit, right? Actually, are we? We're not. We're gonna leave it the way it is. We're not gonna touch that one. We are gonna add the mana though, because that is new. So 18. So we'll say it's probably gonna be like 15-ish. So we'll do 15 times 2.8. That's 42 again. So 42 to mana generation, or to mana per second, is pretty sweet. So right now our mana per second, our generation right here is 35. 42 mana generation per second. So yeah, it goes to 86. So yeah, this is so strong. The issue you're gonna have with these builds, especially, is that keeping your golem. Oh wait, I realized y'all couldn't see any of these numbers changing. It worked though for the golems. The issue you're gonna run into with golems is keeping them alive in certain maps. So it might be worth doing something similar to like just grabbing this big node for maximum life. You can also, the other important thing is we aren't grabbing this node where they're immune to elemental damage, but that is moving over onto the main thing. So they'll be immune to elemental damage. So your big worries for your golems will not be elemental. It will be physical and chaos. And getting chaos resistance on golems is your hard part. We can look at like the chaos resistance on the tree for golems real quick. Chaos resistance. I want to say this right here gets chaos resistance. So you can, I mean, that makes you actually go a bit tankier. This might be worth it. Let's go look at the stats for like golems and stuff. So currently, they have like for the chaos golem and stuff. He has this. Resistances should be, they're up here. So he's actually fairly tanky. He already comes with like 60% because he's the chaos golem, I think. We go to flame. He only has like 20%. We go to lightning, 20%, and we go stone, 20%. So I'm just gonna put these nodes on real quick and see what would look like. 73. So that's super close. So if literally just like 2% more. Maximum resistance thing is worthless. You don't need that, my man. Is this that's for me. That's probably for me as well. That's probably for me as well. So this might be just the only node that really gives chaos resistance to it, but I would say honestly for 3 points, being able to make your guys a good solid bit tankier, like 73% still really good. You might be able to pick up more later on. And in that situation, and also they get energy shield, right? So this guy's getting a shit ton of energy shield from that, from like life to energy shield. Like this guy has so much health. Like look at him. He's a flame golem, and he has like 11,000 life and 5,600 energy shield. That is like so strong, especially for like just getting to maps. What's Stone Golem look like? Stone Golem's beefy. Flame Golem actually starts with energy shield, which is cool. I think these points right here might be worth it. I'm gonna just say it, chat. I think they're pretty good. I think the only one that might be worth it here is grabbing the maximum life thing, but who's to say? You know, we're gonna take that off for now. So if that works out, then your only really big worry is like a solid fizz hit, and I don't know how to do that. Let's just type minion and look at minion stuff real quick. I never really played minions before. We're using them just for their buff effects, but I don't really need all these nodes that are like they run faster and stuff. That could be worth it. Spiritual command would be good if we got attack speed from it, or sorry, cast speed from it. The fact that it only affects attack speed is kind of bullshit. I'm gonna be honest. Unless one of these nodes over here gets it, then in that case, then I'll allow it to happen. Lame. That's just it's because Dominion got it. Actually, double damage doesn't really matter to us. Chance to block and stuff might be okay in like the long run, but there's no way to really know. No one will ever know. What's this? Yeah, I think just this one node is really good. I guess you could consider doing something like this, getting some physical damage reduction and maximum life. But that just feels kind of out of the way. I have one extra point somewhere. What did I have an extra point for? Chat? Where did I spend an extra point, chat? And obviously this would be different. You're gonna have to like go out the normal way, and I would respec these nodes afterwards. I might just take off the brand recall thing. I think I like everything else. Snowforge might be cut. I think Snowforge probably gets cut pretty early, and we just remove this area. Yeah, we'll just cut the brand recall for now. Looks pretty good though, right? I mean, I like it. I think for starting out in the campaign, or starting out in maps or heist or whatever you're planning on doing, not bad. Not too shabby. Also, I get 45 resistance. That's pretty sweet. That's gonna feel so good. Is this actually good? Chat. Chat. I guess it doesn't show anything because It's melee damage too. I wish it was like just physical damage in general. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna go with this. It also comes with the ES regen. It's just good. Uh, Winter Tide damage in POB seems wrong. I think later on too. You also obviously this is I think that's about later on actually. You'll figure it out. All right, this is this chat. This is this build. So we can mark off that we finally did one. Up, chat flashbang warning. Sorry, I missed the warning beforehand. Please don't yell at me. Flashbang warning again. Okay. So Wintertide brand, we can look into. I don't think Occultist is good. I think we cut out Occultist. And I think this stuff is probably too late again. Trickster? What would I do different on Trickster? Or we did save. So Trickster, you would obviously pick like probably these nodes early. I don't think you go this anymore. Maybe you do. They haven't done like a Trickster Wintertide. I'd love to see what they. Jesus, that's loud. I'd love to see what they did. Rewise. Here it is. Let's see what they got. It feels kind of just worse. Like you don't really care for the crit strike chance. That's fine. That's pretty good. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't go down. Like this attack speed and stuff is, or attack speed, the cast speed is okay. And you can get this plus skill effect duration down here. Energy shield on kill is not bad. Max hit's pretty decent. What items they have? Prime gaze and there's a bunch of like rare gear. Okay, you can't have all these flasks checked though. You're not gonna have these flask up times. Let's just uncheck all this. 16. That's kind of close to where we're at, right? We're 18. He does lose the golem buffs because they're not good. He's also using his energy shield for mana, it looks like, I guess. He has cost per second. Is he an EB? He is. Oh, he's EB Bomb. He did a lot of the same notes here, did that. He went here. I don't think this is good. I feel like if you're gonna go here, then you might as well just like finish block. Probably go like lancing blows, that stuff. Black and cold resistance, that's just a weird thing to grab. I don't know why you did that. Next one life's fine. Grab the suppress, but he's not capped on suppress probably. Even with lucky, he's like only 66. Went here and also here. What's his damage look like? 300. Okay, well, we're not at the main stages. What kind of configuration does this have? No configuration. Kill all. Is against Pinnacles. It chilled. Yeah. Take that off. Just because it's broken anyway. If we minus this, does it go down? It only goes down a little bit. I honestly don't understand how this works. I feel like whenever brands attached to enemy, your damage should be like doubling, tripling. Kind of vibe, you know? But that's whatever. Okay, let's see where his damage calcs are at. We're putting at 15 stages. Effective DPS. 260 something. Alright, let's look at my damage thing. I feel like my number should be higher. So he has 2 something here, 73 here, 119 here. Oh, true. Now think about it. He has like 20 quality stuff and the level 20 things as well. Yeah, he has, well, that's quality, but like he has level 20 on all this stuff. If I were to take all this down, he also on a 6 link. I'm not on a 6 link, so if I go remove like elemental focus, bring this down to 0. Okay, it's making a little bit more sense now. Level 20 is super good for most of your stuff. If you were to have not level 20, your damage would definitely be less. That's a lot closer at least. 261 base per second. Also, the buff, we have a buff to, oh right, I have a buff to base percentage. It's like a 14% buff to Wintertide brand, so technically damage goes up. Okay, we're just gonna leave this as it is. He's also level 85. That's 15 extra levels of stuff, so we're just gonna worry about it. I think the thing we want to learn from this is mostly like what would you do from Trickster differently than going from Witch. He also doesn't grab Swift Killer, which feels wrong. But I guess if he is not generating frenzy charges, because he also doesn't grab the extra frenzy charge, then I guess that's okay. Honestly, the fact that he has lucky suppress, that one thing, and this, and still only has 66 is kind of impressive. Is duped? No. What does he grab in that mastery right there? That's actually a good question. I don't think that's a mastery anymore, is it? Because if it is, maybe I'll get it. It is. Okay, maybe I should get it. Estrogen's pretty low. I'll grab it. I can grab it here too if I wanted to. And you're actually like, oh, why we go here? Eventually, we want to go Pain Attunement. The more damage on player is super good. And we would love to just stack spell damage. So when we go clusters instead of going cold, we'll probably go spell damage clusters and then just start stacking spell damage. Just raw spell damage. I like it a little bit, but I feel like it'd be weird to go Trickster when the golems are kind of new and shiny. So I think we're gonna not do Trickster. Like I said, we need to start narrowing stuff down to not do things. So we're gonna take this off. Trickster, Occultists are probably okay with Wintertide, but I want new shiny telescopes. So we'll do that. Let's make a Reap character now. Now the thing is, so the issue with Reap right now that we have, or like just the concept that we're working with, is do we want to work on do we want to like would we even do this, or would we be more prepared for just playing this character like mostly here, obviously change a couple things around, and just playing it as a I don't know why I did that. Physical damage. Um what is this? Is this a physical damage name? It is not. It's like lightning node. Okay. Stupid. You have physical damage over here. Why do I think this was physical damage? Oh, because there's small nodes that do that. Not bad, I guess. If we end up going over here, this could be good to pick up. Honestly, wasn't poison exsanguinate thing not long ago? Because if it still is okay, obviously you wouldn't be able to play it on Pathfinder. But like, what's the tree look like for in general? Does he get like? Do we get like 100% poison chance? Is that what the issue is? Okay. Um, if we need 100% chance to poison, stick with me, chat. If we need 100% chance to poison, right? What if we just use like the new elementalist? Well, we use a new elementalist, and we just do this 6%. Herald of Agony is still a skill, right? Um, so I think that we might just do that. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. I shouldn't do that. Okay, let's close this off. Let's wait. What changes did I make? Changes them. You know what? I don't care. Remove it. All right, we'll keep this up on the side because we need it to reference for the chaos we're about to do. And yeah, we're about to do some chaos. So we're gonna close this. We're gonna open up a new one. We're gonna play a witch. We're gonna play an elementalist witch. Okay, so for our elementalist witch, we probably go through here. We'll also probably grab, and then we'll spend 2 points to grab the other node. Would we want Bastion, or do we want like this? It's always shock, right? And shock increases damage up to 50%. The shock's just like good damage. So we get at least 25% just from like hitting somebody. And it increases all damage. So I think on the shock node's probably okay. But the second part is why are we cooking so much? I think we go chill too. I think we just say fuck it and go chill. Enemies chilled by your hits lessen their damage by chill effect. Enemies chilled by your hits. Maybe we don't do chill. But what if we just maybe we go the flames one? Honestly, is this cooking or is this like just really smart? Is it cooking or is it smart? Okay. Okay. So we want the snow down here. Oh wait, no, we don't, because we're playing poison. We would want chance to poison. Well, that's a good question. We probably should look at Herald of Agony first. 4% chance to poison on hit with this. I think we're cooking ourselves too much is the issue. I think my head hurts. Poison DPS is there. Perfect. Where are the Herald nodes? Is this it? Does this increase poison chance? By chance? Air effect's worthless. We want buff effect. We want to get buff. He has to poisons 28. Yeah, but we get 66. There's no way this is not cooking too hard. Okay, but we get 66. All right, cook him take. Also, Exsanguinate got buffed, right? Like, I'm not crazy. That's what we're. That's the reason we brought Exsanguinate originally. Exsanguinate. Yeah, it deals like 200 base damage higher at the max level. Okay. And dude, I just know tomorrow, like when I stream one time, Fist is gonna show up and just be like, "This is stupid. What you're doing is dumb." And I'll be like, "But pretty cool though, right? But pretty cool though." It's dumb in like a fun way, right? Um, what's it called? I'm gonna add the cosmic config and then I'll move this back over. Adding in Bringer of Ruin and also the fact that they get 66 from both of these is pretty funny. Right, looks like the buff effect thing doesn't work. Increase Herald skill buff effect. What does the thing say on here? Effective Herald buffs on you. Increased Herald buffs. Maybe that's it. Effect of Herald buffs. Effect of Herald buffs. Effect of Herald buffs. Increased effect of Herald buffs. I hate you. What'd that one guy say? That one guy said something. Oh, that's all it up. New golem buffs in POB. Alright. If you want to use golem nodes, you don't add golems. If you use heralds, include them like normal. It says to do this. Feel like that's what I was doing, but let's go at it his way. Son of a bitch. Okay. I guess it's the 41% 41%. That's pretty good. Okay, so we should chance to poison a little bit more. So I can go like here. And then here. Boom, 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 boom. Meow, 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 meow. That's, man, I need a little bit more still. All right, where else did he get chance to poison at? Or I just get too lost in the sauce. Curse Mastery. He uses the chance to poison gem. I forgot that was a gem, I'll be honest. Exsanguinate. Oh, he uses the chess piece. Dedontinate. I forgot how to pronounce that thing. Dendrobate. Evasion ES. Honestly, might be okay. I'll craft. Add this. Add this. We're gonna put Exsanguinate in her chest. Body armor. We're gonna go over here now, and we're gonna look and see that this number is above where we need to be. Let's take some points off and see what happens. Let's take these points off. Is this damage over time multiplier? Let's just take let's take this one off too. That one's probably fine. We're at 96. Okay, chat. chat. I don't know. Part of me. Oh wait, I will have to get this node no matter what. Glorious. Glorious chat. So let's put on some skill stuff. Let's put on some skill stuff. Do 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 do. The tree. Perfect. We look at level 70. Also, Embomber is actually pretty good, right? Wait, what do I put in an Embomber? Poisonous Concoction? Hey, yo, this guy isn't even playing the skill. Level 80 swap. Okay, let's go. We're changing everything back to level 80 swap. Sorry, we'll move this over here. We're changing everything back to the level 80 swap because I want to look for what Exsanguinate looks like, not what... Okay, this works out. I need you to be real with me. Is this cooked? Oh, hey, Bree's here. XTD. Hey, Bree. First chatter of the night. Welcome to the club. Okay, now for the fun part. I think we're just adding in more shit. just keep throwing stuff at people. I think we want poison deflect on non-poison enemies, 300% damage. I think that's a super good node Probably. Enemies poisoned by use by not critical strikes. That has to be good. Nobody likes being critical striked. What do we do now? But what do we do now? Non-cursed auras have increased aura skills have increased duration. I don't know if that's it's a reservation mastery. That's actually wild. If we do something like this, one of the golems now. I want to say it pretty much adds like. Okay, we can get rid of this. We need to close some stuff down. We need to close some stuff down. Okay. Those two are fine. Those are needed. There's like a chaos golem of something, and I want to say it does something with wither, right? Maelstrom. Maelstrom now inflicts significantly more wither stacks to enemies within the area. Quality improves wither effect. So what I have to do? New chaos golem of the Maelstrom. Chaos golem can cast a powerful damage over time chaos aura that adds wither stacks. Okay. Real talk. Can I have a chaos golem of the Maelstrom as well as a chaos golem, or is it like unique? And I have a chaos golem and a chaos golem of Maelstrom. Including the standard. But why? Where did you get this information from? Man, I wish I had someone in chat that was like really good at golem stuff. Oh, I guess I could go test it. Oh, I don't have a character to test it on. Let's go see if I have. You know what? I'll figure it out. I'll find someone and I'll test it in standard. I have multiple witches. I only need 2 golems to see if it works. So I'll just get that one, the three nodes. Which do I care about the least? Let's go Sentinel. She probably is not functional anyway. Unless she is functional, then I won't do this one. Hello, Paul. Hello, Edson. Welcome to the club. Welcome to Club Penguin. Edson, are you gonna? I don't know if I feel like I asked you this before. Are you gonna play in the new league? So this character is functional. So I don't. Well, what is it though? Is this? Oh, it's just the. Oh, now I'll keep this character. What other witches do I have? You know what? Let's get the Kalandra one and then toss her out because I don't think she's good. I would imagine. Oh, she might reap one. Okay, she's probably good. But Expedition. This one's literally naked, so she's perfect for this. Okay. What we want to do is Jesus Christ. What is happening to this tree? To this tree? I don't know. I'll be on enough to actually get through it. What you mean, my guy? What you mean? We want this. We're gonna test. So all we're doing. Yes, I don't care about fully resetting. Stop talking to me so much. But I'll try. Yeah, bud. If you don't find a build you like, I realize that I don't have the Chaos Golem is gonna be the issue here. Frick. Frick, 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 frick. Yeah, 3 times a week is probably fine. You know, just set yourself up for success. Am I gonna have to go shop on standard for like a Chaos Golem? At least they're cute. I don't think this is working out the way I wanted to do. Which is unfortunate. Bree already left. She just came in and said XDD chat and then peaced out. Ew, Marshall. Marshall, do you know anything about golems? I realized that I'd have to probably come on here and trade on standard, and I don't really want to trade on standard to test this out to see if it works. So I'm just gonna exit out. What are we cooking? Flashbang warning. All right. So we had a list. I've taken a couple things out. Like Scion didn't make the cold dot list. Trickster and Occultist also didn't make the cold dot or the Wintertide list. We're probably the one we built. I can open up the POB in a second. Is Wintertide brand Elementalist. Using the golems. Hold on, let me open a new POB because I don't want to lose progress on what I'm doing already. So we have this. This is purely like a level 70, so like you can see up here level 70. So this is like you just finished campaign, you're like maybe did a couple maps kind of thing vibe. So like don't judge it too harshly. It's based on like you just get into like white maps kind of vibe. Off like a lead start. So essentially the only thing you have to really do is like respec from like this side of the tree right here into going to the right side instead. So it's like a minor respec thing, but I think it's worthwhile overall. But not bad. I mean, 104k, and that's per brand, I believe. So like, it should be like 300k if I am mathing correctly, because you can get 3 brands attached to them. We got Roombinder, and then the gym itself allows you to do it. Its tick rate is you get 19 here, so I want to put 15 because I don't want to put a full 20 when obviously I can't even reach 20 activations per brand. More cast speed while you have fire activation rate, so you'll be able to get it up quicker, that kind of stuff. But the big notice things are like, oh, I have almost 6,000 energy shield here, which is super cool. Even if you take off the if the golem dies, like I think it's all have like 5,000 energy shield, so it's like not a huge detriment. I could have crafted worse for this. I don't need that much resistances. And for getting to white maps and not having like chaos on most of your gear, I would say 45 positive is a pretty good number. But moving on to different things, I put everything like no quality, all level 18, so like that way you're having like level 66 gems, that kind of stuff. You might be able to be level 19, but I don't know if you have the experience for it. I essentially nerfed all the stuff so that it wouldn't like it doesn't inflate the number, because I want it to be more of a representation of like I said, a fresh to maps kind of thing. I don't want to put like level 20 gyms with 20 quality on everything, because that's no chance you're gonna have that on League Start, right? So I want to try to be more honest with like what I'm trying to do. But yeah, so only a 5 link, because I think that's kind of reasonable. Even if you go to 4 link, like the damage is still like it's obviously worse, but it's not like that bad. I think efficacy is the worst one. But yeah, I think 5 links kind of okay. 4 links on most everything else. Here's 4 golems. Like I said, we're doing the golem thing. Automation, brand recall, frostbite, manually cast, unfortunately, but that's life. Purity of elements, because I'm gonna be honest, on League Start, Honestly, I'm gonna say on League Start. I love Period of Elements. That's like just free resistances, but also you're immune to ailments, elemental ailments, and that is always so comfy. So you can obviously change this to something else defensively, and then do things differently. But discipline because we're on EA space, and then malevolence for obviously damage, and skill effect duration, which is really nice. But everything, like I said, everything's level 19 or level 18, which is like level 66 ish stuff. With my quality, all gems isn't too hard, just time consuming, labbing forever. Yeah, if I just spam lab for the first weekend, on Monday I'll have 20 quality and everything. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It's a terrible plan. But yeah, so everything's and like even shield charge I went down to 13 because I was like, I don't feel like adding more strength to my gear. If I get more strength, I'll level up as I go, kind of thing. But yeah, so honest goodness there. Uh, Mostly crafted rares or crafted rares, but mostly like junk rares. And then I bought I put a couple items that should be relatively cheap on League Start, like Rhymes Gaze. Obviously, this could shoot up if everyone's playing Cold Dot, but I don't think it's going to. Ghost Wraith is pretty common. Beta Breath is pretty common. And then this is just like a couple mod rares. This probably shouldn't be a Void Scepter. I probably should put it to one of the lower level scepters. Now that I think about it, and I don't know how honest being able to get cold at multi and cold spells is on. But what I said earlier was I'll just when I do my test, if I play this character to test it, I'll adjust this better if I need to. But this is just like, oh look, energy shield, resistances, and like even put crafted mods on there because you usually craft open suffix prefix depending on what you need. Same thing here. It's just like resistance, one defense mod, and like dexterity crafted. So like all the stuff's like really loose. Some of the stuff might be like maybe that's too much to trust to have on like resistances and everything. But I was like, I'm just trying to make it a little honest. Like I don't want to put like get these 5 tier 1 rare mods kind of thing, you know. So and these jewels literally are just I literally put fill the gaps. Any resistances or attributes you need, you can put down here. You can also just put down like cold dot or whatever. These are no mod jewels down here. Um, but yeah, so that's what I'll cook it. And then the config is just I didn't even finish config because cold dot itself got buffed, so I should have put damage increases in here for like Wintertide. I only did it for the golems, and essentially all I did for the golems was did mathematics. Yeah, good old mathematics over here. But yeah, so the one I've cooked the hardest on so far is Wintertide Elementalist. I think it'll be pretty good. You take just the Liege thing, which this will be buffed, obviously. Actually, the more I think about it, I think I need to unspec this. Okay, cool. That's good. Okay, I did unspec it, and it didn't change too much because I created the. Oh wait, no. I want this to say spec. Okay, don't worry about it. It's silly. But yeah, essentially you get to start with this node when you first do your first lab, and you'll automatically have like 4 golems with just like this right here, with like a lot of buff effect. And then I like going this way. So people were complaining with cold dot, saying like, "Oh well, all these things right here require hits," and I was like, "Yeah, but you don't have to take them. I mean, sure. I mean, you can take stuff like this. Like you take Shaper of the Storms and you hit with like your cold snap when you need it. It won't obviously be like a mapping thing, but like on bosses, you can hit with cold snap and get like a little bit of it. You get like 25% extra damage kind of there because of the shock. I don't think this is that good for you. If you want defenses, you can technically do this, but I think the defense is more you need for mapping. And if you're not hitting constantly during the map, then you won't get the defense of this one. So I don't think that's good. Honestly, this one might be okay for defenses, but I thought this one was okay because you're getting you're going to exposure. Obviously, that's something that you're going to want to do. And then convergence isn't super hard, so you only get convergence on when you hit a unique mob. Which you like I said, you don't do hits except for cold snap, but you'll be cold snapping the unique mobs. Like that's when you want the extra damage. You're not gonna be cold snapping. Well, you can cold snap like when you're mapping too if you want, I guess. But when you don't have convergence, you have 6% AOE, which is like super good. Like your AOE will go up a good bit. And then your last one, you can get Ascendancy Uber later. I think you get Passionate Elements. But I can see an argument for going Shaper. Wait, that's what cooked this one so far. Now if you want to go into the really cooked mess, if you really want to see the danger zone of cooking, I think I made some good changes. Let's save. Oop, flashbang warning. My bad. I just started a little bit ago, but I was like, you know what? While we're already looking at elementalists, what if I did like poison exsanguinate elementalist? And I was just trying to see how that would look. Like I literally just started seeing because another one of the elementalist nodes that was changed is they removed one of the nodes that's right here. Elementor's gone, and they essentially added like a herald buff node to where you get pretty good stats for reservation as well as buff effect from it. And I was like, man, so you like Herald of Agony, you get like a pretty decent buff out of Herald of Agony and whatnot. And I was like, what would I do? What do I do with that? uh, and I was like, Poison Sanguinate sounds good. So I was on that. Oh, I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but I'll close it already. But essentially, the new golems have really crazy stats on them. Like for instance, one of the Chaos golems, you get like dot multi on it now. I don't know who talked about it during the patch notes. Uh, right here, like the Chaos Golem regular one, it gives you like 16% dot multi at level 20. And if you scale it up with all the buff effect you get from it, like you get like 180 just from like level 33. So you end up like 42%. Well, obviously you're not gonna be a level 20 gem at 33, but like whatever. You get you get like 2.8 times whatever the gem is at that time of dot multi right away, which is really sweet. You also for flame, you get AoE for flame. This is increased by 2.8 as well. The damage went from like 15 to 20 to up to 20 base to 29, so you get increased damage times 2.8. You don't care about Ice Golem as much because you're dot based. If you're doing, if you're doing a hit based thing, like a lot of people are doing a hit based Elementalist, this is really good for like crit, and you also get a bunch of like accuracy. Lightning Golem is really good though because you get cast speed at 10% flat. It used to be like 6 to 9%, so you get a flat 10% times 2.8. But you also now get a shit ton of mana regen times 2.8. And then the third one is your Stone Golems. They get the health regen they currently have times 2.8, but they also get 20% increased defense by 2.8. Which, so if you're able to keep these golems alive, super sweet. I think the big issue people are going to run into, and people are talking about it, is that keeping the golems alive is the issue. They do resummon after 4 seconds of being killed, but obviously 4 seconds of downtime can be a bad thing if you need those buffs. Let's go back to the other tree just so I can look at it real quick to kind of show you. But one cool thing about the golems, but you can see like here, all I did was add some of the new stats. I didn't add any of the old ones. So like for instance, I didn't add Stone Golem's life regen because it's already calculated in, which I turned into ES regen. And then I didn't add the attack speed because I was like, I don't feel like calculating one extra attack speed. I'll also figure it out. But the cool thing about the golems is this node right here, the Elemancer, was pretty much most of it was moved into just this node. So like your golems are immune to elemental damage, so you have to worry about elemental damage at all. They have a shit ton of life. So if you look at the calculator, like Flame Golem right here, he at his current level and investment that I have, he already has 8,000 life and then like 3.3 thousand energy shield on him. That's more than I have. Lightning Golem's pretty similar, like 7,000, and he has like 1,008. Chaos Golem. Oh, and the resistance is important too. Chaos is the only one that has decent resistances. Everyone else is immune. Everyone's immune to this, but Chaos is the one that has this. Everyone else has like 20%. So your biggest worries for golems is like chaos damage and physical damage because they're immune to elemental. So what I was planning on doing is like if chaos becomes a problem, I literally just grab the only minion chaos nodes right here. There's 3 of them. It also gives more max life to them, and it gives some energy shield as max life. That almost caps their chaos res. It overcaps chaos golem obviously, but like everyone else goes to 73. So that almost caps their chaos res for just 3 points. And then as you can see, it adds even crazier stats. Like this guy went up to like 11,000 and then 5,006 energy shield. So I think there's ways to play around it. And then even in later investments, you can get stuff like the like primordial jewels. Is it primordial harmony? Which one is it? So this one you can give it to where it gets like you end up getting like more buff effect from it, and you also they you don't care about the attack and cast speed. I mean, if they're doing damage, great, whatever. But it also just gives them a bunch of armor, which helps with their physical damage reduction. So there's like ways to play around with it to where your golem probably hopefully won't die later on. I just think the golem thing's really sweet. I think a lot of people think it's really sweet. I even noted I forgot one about flashbang. Flashbang, gang. I even warned, I was like, don't things to avoid. But I specifically said hit base spell elementalists. And I'm not playing hit base spell, okay? Two of them that I'm making so far is I'm making Cold Dot, which is not a hit, and then I'm making Poison Exsanguinate, which technically is a hit, but you're scaling the poison, which is not a hit. I think my brain's a little fried. I'm gonna be honest. I've been since the launch. I've just been like in my head thinking about all this stuff, absorbing endless amounts of content. I watch like other streamers once I stop streaming just to see what everyone's kind of doing, and I don't want to do something that like really big names are doing. So that's why I avoid a lot of this stuff. Also, I said minions aren't my playstyle. I get golems are technically minions. Don't yell at me. But I'm not like that's not my main damage source. They're there just for the buffs. Also, now that I think about it, do minions? Which I do. Golems say they grant you damage. They don't provide an aura. I was gonna say I wonder if this will benefit your your mercenary, but I don't think it does because it says it grants you. So yeah, they also grant you, which is fine. The merc can eat it. Hopefully, the merc is also an aura bot that gives me more damage. Not even better. Right, but so poison exsanguinate previously was done by like Rutu made it popular, I believe, several leagues. Not several leagues. I don't know how long ago. It's been a couple leagues, so it's not as good anymore because they nerfed a lot of this stuff for it. But Poison Exsanguinate was a thing on Pathfinder. Do we think that it's crazy? And by we, I mean, do I guess it's all of us. Do we think that it's crazy to play Poison Exsanguinate on Witch? Because you can get Herald of Agony buffed up pretty good with the new node as well. Sorry. As well as all the buff effects here. And then obviously you can still use the golems that we just talked about for Elementalists, which gives you like dot multi and increased damage and all that kind of stuff. I think it might be okay. I'm gonna continue cooking this one, but it is hurting my brain a little bit. If anyone in any chat has thoughts on that, you let me know. Other than this, so moving beyond me trying to play Elementalist, which a lot. Flashbang warning, chat. I was also looking at literally any projectile gem with Saboteur. Why exsanguinate over a multi-hitting spell like Bladefall or Blade Vortex? That's a good point. And to counter that, I'll say I really like exsanguinate. I think it's a cool spell. Also, I would love to transition it into doing the new. Obviously, they have more gem surveillance stuff, but it all started when I was like, I want to find a way to make exsanguinate work, exsanguinate reap work. That way, I can transition into potentially the new gem, which is here, the Stormcall, because it's pretty much the same stuff, where it's like a hit, but also followed up by like a dot based thing that scales off of spell damage. Also, the weirdly, I mean, if you like the skill, then that's the most important fun conversation. Yeah. Also, the fun thing about like going exsanguinate and doing like poison, so it's like you're still doing damage over time. You're also that damage over time. You're getting like general dot multi, so like you'll get a little bit of damage over time scaling from just the damage over time of exsanguinate. Plus, you could go into like Shaper of Flames, and you still get like a small baby ignite that will scale the damage over time from like your general damage over time scaling. So you have like three different dots: a fire one, a poison one, and just like a physical one, just like roasting away at the same time. And that just tickles me. I don't know. I don't think it's good, right? Optimization wise, you want to focus on one thing and buff that thing up. But I think it's really funny. Right. Flashbang Morning again. Sorry. Outside of that, uh, Saboteur looks really cool with the new return proj thing and random thing. I don't know what I would want to do with it yet. I never actually played Saboteur since they reworked it. Like so, I never messed with like trigger bots, and I'm not exactly sure what to do with that. But if I can do some of the triggers and return projectiles, I think that would be really sweet. Shield Crush of the Chieftain got buffed, and I think you can play it as an Ignite build. I put Chieftain originally, but I was like, you know what you could do as well? You could play it on Elementalist, and it'll be just fine. And then my backup plan, if all this falls through and I look really dumb, is I'm just gonna play Bleed Gladiator. But you weren't here yesterday, I think. Yeah, you weren't here yesterday. Um, but we have people coming in the chat who were like just giving POBs and stuff, and I was like giving feedback on things or like just talking about their builds they were interested in and stuff. It was really cool. Some guy came in with like a summon Reaper of the Revenants, and that was rough to look at, to be honest. But someone else did bring in like a Wintertide totem, and I was like, that's pretty sweet. Or not Wintertide totem, Wintertide brand. I'm feeling, yeah. Do you have any builds that you're looking into right now, Marshall? Or if anyone else is in chat, feel free to mention what builds you're interested in. I'm probably going dot base either way. I like dot stuff. Also, don't look at the pathing of this current character. I was just clicking buttons to see how the numbers look for like how much I would need to get like 100% chance to poison and stuff. Hi YouTube chatters. How you doing? Um okay. Do I still keep cooking with this, or should I stop while I'm ahead? I don't need chance to poison anymore. I'm 100%. There's no more Herald stuff, right? It's just the one Herald cluster. All the builds: Champion Cyclone Impale, Elementalist Herald Golem, Stack Blade Vortex, Peacock Pathfinder, Caustic Arrow, Toxic Rain Pathfinder, Guardian Aura Stacker Smite. Man, the Guardian looks really good. I haven't seen all the POBs for it yet, but just looking at the like the fact that it has like the 50% reservation thing, looks really sweet. I haven't actually really played a Templar before, so it's kind of spooky to do that. Um, Champion looks like I think a lot of people are gonna play Champion, like the new fortification, or not fortification best, but like the one that scales your stats off of like your overcapped fortification stuff. So strong looking. I wonder if they're gonna pre-nerf it before the patch drops, and they're like, "Ooh, people are right. This is too strong." But if they don't, I think Champion's gonna be a cup nerf for a lot of people. I haven't seen any Impale builds though, but in fact, I've never played Impale. It's weird actually. I probably should play Impale sometime. Elmas Herald Golem stack, yeah. Oh, yeah, Blade Vortex one. So Blade Vortex one is pretty sweet because you do get a lot of AoE from like Flame Golem and stuff. What kind of Blade Vortex are you gonna play? Like a cold crit kind of a vibe, or are you going more of like the poison vibe? Or like thinking about? Are you thinking? Because the cold crit could work really well with I want to say the Ice Golem gives you crit and accuracy. Do you need accuracy for Blade Vortex? It's a spell, so I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's a spell. If it's not, sue me. Don't sue me, chat. Just slam something. Peacock Pathfinder, I mean, that's just the classic, right? That's just a safe one to play until you decide what you want your second build to play. You can scale it with like Peacock bouncing and stuff. I want to say Captain Lance is doing like a Peacock Elementalist is like his current goal. He just starts off leveling normal whatever skills until you can just push the Peacock, was what he was talking about his plans currently is. So Elementals could be cool. And I know Occultist was a previous one that people did with Peacock as well. I haven't played Toxic Rain Pathfinder in many leagues. Stormburst Totems. I never played Totems, especially Stormburst. Chieftain Slam, yeah, that's a classic. A lot of people are looking at Berserker right now as one of the top slammers, especially even in like the, not especially, but like even some of the hardcore players are like, is Berserker just the best slammer? And like they're playing like the volcanic fissure of snaking. From what I've been seeing, Cold Crit's really good, uh, especially if you can get explodes. That'd be really sweet. Like if you're an elementalist, you can always probably steal the Profane Bloom node. Get easy explodes for your Cold Crit Blade Vortex. I guess is Herald of Ice still do pops? I haven't played Herald of Ice in forever. Causes them to explode, dealing AoE cold damage to enemies near them. So you can always just Herald of Ice for the pops, I guess. But bigger chains would be better with the Occultist Profane Bloom because you can chain that one, I think. I think Herald of Ice is like more localized. But you do get a sweet flat cold damage to it. I wonder what nodes you would go for that. You probably would want the new if you do go the Herald of Ice, you can go the new Herald node, you can go this node for golem buffs. Shaper of Storms you probably definitely want. Ooh, but then you lose out on like getting Heart of Destruction because you're already, and you probably want the AoE from this. Well, I guess you don't necessarily need the AoE from this because it's also, you only get AoE 50% of the time because you will be constantly hitting. Maybe you go Storms in like Storms in winter. That's probably a really smart play. I mean, the thing with cold BV has never been how much damage you can deal because that's always like a high damage build. It's about solving the problem of your defense. But if things are dead, yeah, the golem gives you a bunch of AoE as well. So yeah, probably go Shaper of Storms and Shaper of Winter because you'll be chilling and whatnot. So the extra damage from chilling and freezing would help out. Also, who needs a defense when you can freeze people? How many people are doing cold BV elementals right now? I need to look into that and see if the number is kind of high. If there's not a lot of people doing cold BV, maybe I should just look into that instead of playing around with Poison Exsanguinate. I've played BV since, I want to say it's been since like Harvest League. been a while. Plus, I'll be using Blade Blast for unloading since it got buffed. I've never actually used a new Blade Blast, and I know it's used, or I assume it's used with BV, but I don't know how the interaction works. Also, Blade Vortex of Scythe. Is this any good? Or are you using the regular Blade Vortex? This is buffed too right now, looks like, right? But cast time got nerfed. Like it also requires more mana, but it got 100% damage added effectiveness to it. Duration's a little bit longer too. So it looks like the cost and the cast time got nerfed a little bit, but everything else got buffed on it. In every way. But this one has the cool name of a scythe. Is that not cool? Also, more physical. I love more modifiers. There's so many more modifiers right now. Alright, we're looking at Blade Blast of something. Unloading. How's this skill work? I don't actually know. Have you seen a POB for this yet? And if you have, can you send it to me? I would love to look at it. So what's the playstyle like? Do you just do like regular Blade Vortex for like general clearing, and then if you get like a tanky person or like a map boss, you want to do a Blade Blast of unloading? Is that like the general playstyle for this style build? Because whenever last time I played Blade Vortex, it was just you did Blade Vortex, and then on bosses you do like Vol Blade Vortex. I've never played it with like a Blade Blast. Interesting though. You have me intrigued. I'm gonna add it to the flashbang warning. Bolt. Flashbang's over. Hyperjuice version of what the skill can do. Okay. I don't think I have audio on for chat, so just deal with it. I actually have no idea what's happening. Is he's stopping and casting a lot? What's that spiny thing? And he's on focus. Gross. We have boss battle. Let's start of the boss battle then. Trigger BV stacks, and he's stopping to cast Blade Blast. So he doesn't manually cast Blade Vortex. He's pretty much just only casting Blade Blast. You don't actually use Blade Vortex for anything besides just extra damage. Also, how does Arcanist brand casting Vortex work? Does it cast it around the brand? Or does it cast it around you still? Also, this is taking him a minute. What are the defense modifiers here? Only endurance charge? That took a lot longer than I thought it would. What's the benefit of using Arcanist brand to cast it instead of just casting it yourself if you're already stopping to like spam stuff out? Is it because the Arcanist brand will get you multiple casts off of it, I guess? Oh, this was at 9 hours ago. This is an old ass video, my guy. You need to stack. You need to stack the Blade Vortex to proc Blade Blast explosions. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a weird playstyle. I don't know if I like that. I like the idea better of just Blade Vortexing around and then casting Blade Blast when you need the extra damage, but I don't know if that works that way. But when I think Blade Vortex build, I want to like just Blade Vortex run through packs. I don't have to keep casting. Like the amount of stutter stepping he's taking to like clear packs, you might as well just play a self cast skill. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. I'll be streaming tomorrow if you end up being around. Feel free to come stop by. Have fun at work. Yeah, I don't like this. Playstyle whack. He's scaling impales. He's also using like for this investment. I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. I mean, he did have 90 all res. That's pretty sweet, at least. He's putting on Saboteur as well. Rigger bots, huh? This is buffed. I don't think that's cool. I'm closing that off. All right, we never figured out what we needed to figure out about golems, unfortunately. Golems. Huey. Anima Stone. What's considered same golem? I need to know. Player will have one active golem at any time by default. That's 9 years ago. That's not gonna have the trans gems, guys. Here we go. This is good. We're talking about something like Stone Golem and Stone Golem Hordes. They count as the same in the case Stone Golem. Unfortunately, still works the same type as Chaos Golem for a Stone Golem Horde. It's the same Golem. Still same Golem even if you summoned with a trans gem. Great question. What are the results? I think it makes sense. All right, chat. I'm streaming for a few hours. I think we're gonna call it quits for tonight, and then I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I might start a little earlier. Start like 10 o'clock, just to finish cooking, and then we're gonna work on actually running through acts and try to test stuff out to see if it works out really well. But if anyone is still here, thank you for coming by. If you stop by tomorrow, feel free to bring any POBs or anything you want so we can talk and chat about it. Other than that, you guys have a great night. Bye.